Happy Sunday. Welcome, welcome. One in already. My goodness. I know I'm like 1 minute late. Sorry, folks. Hello, Chris. Shelly and Anthony. Hi, how are you? Happy Sunday, everyone. Here we are again. Oh, another week later. Cosmic Cultivators. Happy Sunday. I hope you are well. Let's see. Yeah, Sunday again. Welcome, welcome, everyone. Sunday Night Live. I think I'm just going to pull my hair up. What a crazy week it's been. I've been so busy. And we're going to get into it. We're going to let some people hop in. Suzanne, hello, doll. How are you? Happy Sunday. I hope you had a great week, great weekend. I did miss Indiana Backyard Gardeners Feel Good Friday this past Friday. Gosh darn it. I had to have been doing something. But I've said before, if you missed her live, go over and catch it on Friday. It really is a Feel Good Friday type of thing. Let's see. For real this week, but fun. Yeah, I don't know. Crazy. I had a lot to do this week. A lot of things to get done. I posted my oldies haul. And then the next day I went to ShopRite and somewhere else. And the next, oh my gosh, I've been food shopping for days. I feel like I'm over it. To be truthful, first of all, I have to get comfortable. Hello, Jerry Riggs. Happy Sunday. Howdy, howdy. Welcome, welcome. I hope you had a blessed week. But yeah, honestly, I've not gone food shopping, I don't think, since like February. I'm pretty prepared, pretty stocked. Hello. Paul, how are you, my friends? So I was so busy and just wanted to get stuff put away that I didn't record all the other places that I went to. You know, you got to go wherever you can find the bargains today. And I went to multiple stores. So I'm like pooped out. I went all the way to Saturday morning. Saturday morning was giant. So let me see, Aldi's was Wednesday. Thursday was ShopRite and like the dollar store and or was that Friday? I don't even remember. And then like Home Depot, TJ Maxx, all that type of stuff. But anyway, let's see. Chris says, how are you? I'm good. How are you? Feel Good Friday got canceled now. Oh, did it? Yeah, right? Suzanne? Hi, Laura. How are you? Happy Sunday. Welcome in. Chris says, hope everyone had a nice weekend. Cosmic Cultivators did a lot of fishing. ... Well, that's fun. Had 2 harvests. That's awesome. We'll get into mine. And garden looks amazing. Gina caught her biggest fish ever, 27 inches, 7 pounds. Striper, nice. Yay to Gina. Bringing home some fish. Jerry Riggs says, I can't stay long, but had to drop by for a howdy and a thumbs up. Well, thank you, Jerry. Yeah, we're always here Sunday nights at 9 o'clock. So feel free to come by whenever you like. Greatly appreciate you coming in. Hey, Laura. Thank you for Chris writing that. Happy Father's Day to everyone. For all the men out there that raised their children and all the daddies, the stepdaddies. I hope you had a blessed day. So let's start off with that. So happy Father's Day, Paul and Chris and anyone else that, you know, is a daddy. Yes, I saw her at the Vineyard Chicks live on Saturday. Oh, that's right. Shoot. The Vineyard Chicks were performing, but I wasn't anywhere to be found on Friday. So that's unfortunate because now I missed that too. Red Silo Homestead saying, good evening, Melody. How's the chicks? Crazy. They're big. They're like feathered out. So I'm not sure. I'm not, you know, like the chicken person. Well, I am now, but I don't seem to know it all. I don't know if it's 6 weeks they go out or 8 weeks when they go out. I've been taking them out and putting them in the run. They've been doing great. They go to the back now. They love it. I'll possibly show you one, but the one looks like it's missing some of its hair or feathers on the back of its neck. So that might be the ugly stage for my chickens, but I have no names yet. And one of my chickens, because none of them are named, like I said, looks like a miniature bald eagle. It's kind of cute. So I'm going to stay with the cuteness Monday, I think, and let you all see the chicks on Mondays. And the channel, oh, I'm going to have a brain fart. Saw that I posted that last Monday and then tagged me in it, and they posted their cuteness Monday, which is all their birds and ducks and everything like so. That was super cute. Yeah, that was really, really cute. So they're doing good. Jerry Riggs It says, later y'all, enjoy your adventures. Thank you, Jerry. Have a great week. Thank you for coming in, stopping by. I worked in the garden all day yesterday and greenhouse today. Laura, I feel ya. I'm trying to like do 50 million things, and then it's like, it's been so windy here. And you get what you get tonight. I'm just sunburned and whatever. Yesterday it was just so windy and, you know, a little brisk in that air last night. And then it was windy today, but like warmer. But I had to tie up some tomato plants. I did like 2 rows. I just pruned them the other day and did a video for y'all of like how I maintain them, I guess it is. And then the next thing you know, I'm fixing tomato plants. It's just crazy. Really depends on the weather. This time of year, they should be fine. Just make sure to keep them in the coop for a few days, 4 to 5, with water, food before letting them out so they learn home. Okay, I'm really glad that you brought that up because I just said that on the phone to Chris. Does that only pertain to people that are free ranging their chickens? Because I'm not going to free range my chickens, and so they're going to get lots of goodies from the garden, but I'm not going to free range them while there's a garden in process. I don't think that's probably a smart idea. But I will let them, you know, free range here and there, but I have to be really super careful about how I'm going to approach this free ranging thing. I was talking to the neighbor on the riverside last week. She's a real estate agent. Her husband's an electrical person. And they were like, Mel, like last night we swore we saw a black bear. And I'm like, wait, what? Well, that doesn't freak me out because I grew up in Mount Pocono and there's black bear everywhere. Long story short, they said, yeah, quite a few times we looked and was like, is that a black bear? They said, I think you should know that what we thought was a black bear is a humongous raccoon. And by the way, it has babies. So, you know, it's not advisable. I'm not going to be letting them out. I don't know. It's like I'm looking forward to them going out, but I'm also worried about them. But I do feel as if my coop is very secure. We did the chicken cloth, like the wire, dug a trench and went underneath and made sure its spike parts would be up if something does try to dig. So hopefully, you know, my girls will be okay out there. Can't really go off with the neighbor, Karen back here said, because she's like, you're going to bring wildlife here. We live in wildlife here. We have the river, we have untouched woods, we have a state park. It's like there's wildlife everywhere. So yeah, I just had that conversation, Red Silo, with Chris on the phone. I put my chicks out yesterday. However, I still turn the light on them when it's cool. Oh, at night you do? How old are your chicks, Laura? Happy Father's Day to all the single parents out there and the fathers. Yeah. Well, Jade said to me today, Happy Father's Day. And he's like, I tell you that all the time. He does, because I was a single mom, you know, so Happy Father's Day to all the moms that played that role too. I had a Father's Day steak dinner on Friday. Oh, that's awesome. Yum, yum, Paul. Garden to Table with Heather Lynn. Welcome in. Happy Sunday. She says, good evening, everyone. We've had the same weather here. Yesterday was the perfect day for the garden. Today was much warmer but windy. Yesterday was like beyond wind. It was so stinking windy. Broke one of my eggplants. And then I had to fasten up. So while I was yip yapping, while I had a little bit of free time to myself today, because my roommate went to his nieces for like two of the younger, like two birthdays in one. So that gave me some time here. At least I thought I would have more time here. But I cleaned and did all that. And then I had to twine up 2 rows of tomatoes because of the wind yesterday. Today it was windy, but warmer today. So we've been like 50, 55 at night. Tomorrow it's gone right back to like 80 degrees. I'm kind of looking forward to it because I can't stand all that wind. It's just too much. It was chilly this weekend. I agree. It was very chilly. Chris says, steak. Man, I've got to change this keyboard setting. Be right back, says Suzanne. Aw. Red Silo says, still a good idea to keep them in there for a few days. That way, if they do get out, they still know where home is. Okay, good point. Because I said, I don't know, Chris, I think like, either 24 hours or 2 days, 2 nights, they should probably be fully in there. I said, but I'll talk to, some of my experienced chicken friends and make sure I know my facts. So, thank you for that. Yeah, I can't turn mine loose either because of coyotes and my big dogs, but I have a really big area fenced in for them. I also had to fence over the top because of the owls, chickens, and hawks. Yeah, Laura, I'm so glad we went with roof over the run because I don't have to worry about that. There's like, what's Jimmy call them? Buzzard turkeys around here, and there's hawks. There's all kinds of stuff. I actually saw a hawk swoop in, and this little bird was chasing it. I was like, a little bird's ballsy, right? So yeah, there's a lot of wildlife here. We added 4 new Americanas to the flock this year. Yay! And for the first 4 nights, had to chase them around, catch them to get them back in the coop at night. They're learning, laugh out loud. Yeah, see. And I don't have an automatic door. I'm kind of glad I think that I don't. Something I am noticing that they're doing here inside the brooder, they're starting to put themselves down like to bed even in the brooder. I didn't put them out the last 2 days because of how windy it's been. So tomorrow they'll go back out. The other day I had them out for 2 hours. So I was doing like 10 minutes and then 25 minutes, maybe half an hour. They were up to 2 hours. I was doing some things and then I was like, oh no, my birds. And I looked over. They were fine. And then they went under the, what's it called? Oh, the ramp. They were all under there sleeping. So they were fine. And I found a cabbage worm on my cabbages. And last year I was going around saying, if only I had chickens. Well, this time I do. I went right over. I was like holding this cabbage worm. Nobody came to me, so I sat it down. Jimmy said as soon as I walked away, there were like vultures at this cabbage worm. And I was like, awesome. So, good to know. Mine are about 3 weeks old now, Mel. Okay, mine are... Oh, Chris is on here. What did Jimmy just say? Okay, mine are 4 weeks this Wednesday. So they'll be 5 weeks next week. So I'm starting to lose track a little bit because they got big fast. And I was actually told that the silver-laced Wyandottes would grow faster than the other ones, and I kind of beg to differ. I mean, I will show you the difference. Just hang tight. Paul says, also people remember to check out. Yeah, absolutely. My girl Boone, thank you for doing that. My daughter had her ballet recital yesterday. Oh, I hope it was lovely. I hope she had a good time. Heather. Laura says, I still have a wooden box in their fenced-in area that they go inside of at night. Even though they're small, they go inside because they go to the light. Oh, okay. Huh? With Kitchen Shenanigans has just gone live? She did? Huh? That's weird. I usually have 3 lives Friday, says Suzanne. At Paul, I usually have 3 lives Friday. Alaska Prepper, Adventures with Dano, and Indiana Backyard Gardener. They overlap, laugh out loud. And I'm caught up. Let's see if I can stay caught up. Okay, so back onto the chickens. I had to find a name for the coop. What were my options? Let me see if I can think correctly. I was going to do the chicken in, like, get it? Chicken INN. Um, she'll be Ray Kitchen Shenanigans. That's odd for her to be live. She knows I'm live on Sundays, and she's usually over here. So I don't know. Anyway, so I had the chicken in, which I thought was super cute, just spelled INN. And then the other one on my list, we'll keep it PG. And then the third one on my list, let's go to this. I got invited. I told you I made really good friends with the woman, Kathy, thank God. Her husband, Mike, they're the ones that buy all these signs. Look at this. She doesn't want me to get any more sunburn. She got me a really cute sun hat that ties. And was determined to give me it. I was invited down for dinner last night. I thought I was going to be a third wheel. I ended up being the fifth wheel because it was her girlfriend's birthday and they're related family-wise. It was very, very lovely to have dinner on the river. Of course, the wind was blowing, so we didn't eat out on the deck. But I did text her today, said thank you very much. I went down, she said around 6-ish. I went down to 6:15. And I think I got home about 10:30. No, maybe more like 10. And yeah, really good food. Wine. I had a Pinot Grigio, white. And then I had a Mike's hard strawberry, and that was pretty good. But, you know, I haven't really drank in a long time, folks. I don't really drink. So, yeah, they were blowing through bottles of wine, but it was such a lovely, lovely time. It was a lot of fun. I felt extremely comfortable, so I reached out to her today and said, thank you very much for inviting me. It was absolutely lovely, you know, just everything. So right as I was getting ready to leave, she's like, no, I love Melody. She's running up the steps in heels to go get the sun hat because she doesn't want me to get sunburned anymore. And then they had this out and waiting for me when I got there. So I think it's like an omen, maybe. The other chicken coop name that I had was the Fluffy Butt Hut. So I only had 3 names. And what do you think they got me? The Fluffy Butt Hut. Last one in is a rotten egg. This is what they gave me when I walked in the door last night. I'm like, that's crazy because that was like my second name out of the 3. So I don't know. What do you think? So the coop name would be the Fluffy Butt Hut. Or do you like the chicken in? Which one? But if they keep buying me signs, I'm not going to have it, like my whole coop's going to be filled. So courtesy, the dinner, the wine, the hard Mike's strawberry, and the sun hat and the sign. So lovely. It was good for me to also get out of here too. So that was really, really nice. Heather says I was outside again this year and a bit chilly, but better than it being too hot. Yeah. Thank you, Chris, for the 4 weeks. Ours is Fort Cluck. Really? What was the first one? Maybe it is G. I think it was Mother Clucker. I think I was going to go with Mother Clucker, the Fluffy Butt Hut, and Jay and I came up with the chicken in. INN. You know, like chicken in. So I don't know. What do you think? Chris says nice people. Yeah, he met them last summer. They're so, so nice. Love it, says Laura. Yeah, so I was like, I walked in the door like, oh, you know, I drove down, which sounds silly because they're only like down the street, but I didn't want to be the crazy lady that's walking. Platform flip-flops. I wore like just white skinny jeans. I was going to wear a cocktail dress. I'm so glad I didn't because it was freaking cold and even colder when you're on the river. But they had the sign waiting for me as soon as I walked in. The Fluffy Butt Hut. Last one in is the rotten egg. Said not too stinking cute. So a great big shout out. I did tell her and her husband. I said all my subscribers loved my t-shirt last week. And all the signs and the, you know, Mr. and Mrs. Peep and Tom. And they just laugh. They think it's funny. So I do tell them you all think everything's great. So, you know, I was just like, no, walking in the door and they're like, your sign came in. And I was just like, I don't know. Is that a sign that my chicken coop should be named the Fluffy Butt Hut? Or should it be the chicken in? Let me know what you think. Laura says, love it with a thumbs up. I love the sign. I think I would go with it. I know it's kind of cute though, too. And then it says last one and there's a rotten egg. So funny. So funny. So yeah. And her husband didn't want her running up the steps, obviously. I mean, she had a couple glasses of wine. It's not like she drank 5 bottles, but you know, safety comes first. And she's like, no, I love Melody. I've been talking about this sun hat for 3 weeks and I don't want her getting any more sunburn. And I'm going up and getting her sun hat. So super cute. It has the tie, which is a little bit different for me, but I'm going to try to be good and try to perfect, watch my face. Go with it, Mel. Yeah, and I was looking at it like this. If I went with this, the Fluffy Bud Hut, it's different. And I don't have to order a sign to be made for the actual coop because they already got it. So, great big shout out. Brian Lossy Hills Homestead. Happy Father's Day. Hello, my friend. How are you? Just talking about my lovely neighbors giving me another sign. And it just so happened to be one of the names that I was going to pick for my chicken coop, which was the Fluffy Bud Hut. And they got me this lovely sign. So it's going to go on the coop. So how are you, my friend? Welcome in. He says, nice hat. Yeah, too much sun. I mean, my back is so dark. I did struggle one day this week, or last week, I should say. It was extremely hot out there. But when I went food shopping all these multiple stores, oh my goodness. Let me introduce you to me. Oh, hi, Cindy. How are you? Oh, hey, Mel and everybody. Belt loop. Oh, never ever say you're sorry for being late. You're never late over here. Sorry I'm late at work and duty's called. They got me jumping tonight. Well, we're happy to have you and take your time. Do what you got to do with work. Folks. So, can we talk? Let's be honest here. I'm an Aries and I don't like standing in lines. I've been already prepping and preparing long before all this stuff was happening. But when I felt like when I was saying things, certain people didn't want to listen to me. You can't get everyone to wake up like my daughter. And these prices are crazy. So I was so stocked because remember when I moved here, my roommate had nothing. So honestly, I really do think besides like running to the Acme like twice, I think the last time I was food shopping, I want to say was like, because I did the pantry challenge in January. I only picked to do it 1 month. I just didn't advertise all my meals. February, I was at the Acme and got a small order and it was like 300. But to go to like ShopRite, Aldi's, no, I haven't done any of that. I guess that was like January then, so that's crazy. That tells you I was pretty well off. Well, now I'm so jam-packed in here. Let me see. I have 2 big deep freezer boxes. They're full. My freezer with the refrigerator is full. The freezer downstairs in the basement attached to that refrigerator is full. And I still have 2 racks of ribs, a big family value pack of pork chops and ground meat from Giant yesterday morning that I still have to separate. So, I'm done. I don't want to go to another store. And then I was kind of TO'd because, I told you that I guess Jimmy must have previously had a mouse problem in the basement. And then we keep thinking we got them. And then I was really pissed because I had a 30-pound bag of sugar. They ripped a bag of sugar and bread flour, which is really, really hard to find here in Pennsylvania, like the 20-pound bag. And when I would go to Acme, they'd have the little bag, so I would grab it. The mice got it. They made such a mess that I was disgusted. I was outside and Jay was over and Jimmy was sitting out there and, obviously he knows me. We're friends. And I said, I'm fumigating. I feel like smoke is going to come out of my ears, my nose, and my eyeballs. I'm so fed up with the situation. So Jay says, all right, who wants to go to TJ Maxx? I'm like, I do. Go to TJ Maxx. I mean, it's not really funny. But we went there literally looking for OXOs, more containers. I just cleaned I did the Aldi's, that video that day. And then I cleaned out my pantry closet that night. And then he bought me buku amount of like OXO containers. So that's it. I'm done. My 2 pantry closets that are down there have doors on it, and there's nothing they can get into in there. But let me not jinx myself. But yeah, what a big fat mess that was. And then we went to TJ Maxx and I couldn't find any OXOs, and then he found them on a sidewall. So I did get multiple containers. So thank you to Jay for buying me the containers to keep things in. But my pantry's all good. But then he scared me. He's like, "Are you worried about like a mouse getting in your pantry?" I'm like, "No, I don't even want to think that, because this problem is going on in the basement." And there was only like one big one Jimmy got, and it's been like babies, really, to be honest with you. But I'm not used to mice. I don't like mouse droppings. It's disgusting. And I kind of flipped and was like, I'm not buying and spending all this money for food or like backup supplies for the mice to get to it before we get to it. So, and then Jay was nice enough to come over today because my roommate, he had a funeral to go to yesterday, and today was like a double birthday party. But he did say he would have got to it. He was going to suck up all the flour that they got into and the sugar, but he didn't. Jay did. He came and cleaned it up for me today. So another great big shout out to Jay for going down the basement and cleaning up that mess. But Mel's getting mad now because, you know, I'm stocking up for not just me and Jimmy, but like my children. Maybe if Jimmy's nieces need something, I tried to be that prepared. So, unfortunate situation. Let's see. I'm good. Been putting up some hay, trying to beat the heat. Well, you can have our wind that's going on here, Brian. Cindy says, I'm doing great. I lost track of time reading. Not a problem, Cindy. Still love you, girl. Everybody saying hello. Let's see. Posting links. Thank you, Jay, says Cindy Brown. Yep, because Mel can't take it. And I'm born and raised in Mount Pocono. I know mice exist. But usually there's like a resolution. He was going to call an exterminator, and then he just never did. And I've given up like maybe 3-4 hours of pop 6 times, you know, cleaning up mouse crap and whatever they got into. And that's embarrassing. And I'm just turned off by it. So what they didn't get, I brought upstairs, and then, like I said, did a run TJ Maxx with Jay. And he got me 3 of them. Are different though. They're like stackables, like they stack on top of each other. And he was taking off plastic and everything so that they could be washed. And I'm like, why does it have a picture of Jimmy's in the thing? And he's like, oh, I think it's to display your cookies. And I'm like, oh, it is. All right, well, I'm not using it for that. So boxes of crackers they didn't get into them, luckily. So I got them to store like crackers in, or the second one, I think I put Gavin's Oodles and Noodles in there, you know. So I just didn't want to mess up my pantry up here because I stayed up late the other night and cleaned it really, really well, organized everything, set my alarm for 6:30, and Jimmy and I were at ShopRite. We go to like a bigger shop right here, so that was a whole adventure. And then I stopped at the dollar store near there, and I think I had to stop 2 other places. So like by the time I got home, it was like I mentally knew, lay it all out and do a video, but it was so much that I'm like, no, I just want to get my groceries put away. So you'll just have to take my word for it. Aldi's was what, like 200, it was 80 at Acme. Went to ShopRite, that ended up being close to 3. And then Giant, I think, was like $1.50 or $1.75. So it was an easy, what is that, like $500, $600 like weekend. I'm done. You know what I mean? I'm like done. And I was never a person to go to the supermarket anyway every week. So I'm glad that it's done and it's over with. And maybe I won't. Jay looked in the fridge today and he goes, looks like you don't have to go food shopping for like 2 years. So, Cosmic Cultivator said Dad wanted chicken and waffles. So that's what oh my gosh, that sounds so good, Chris. So Chris from Cosmic Cultivators. Dad wanted chicken and waffles, so that's what I made. They came out delicious. I made sliders with cheddar cheese and sugar-free syrup. So good. Wow. I don't know if you saw my video, but the reason why I bought those brioche rolls, it's up north Sierra. It's Kylie's Cabin's fiance. I saw that recipe on her channel where she just used, like, I think it was Hawaiian rolls, and it's pesto on the top. It's like smoked ham, smoked turkey. I know she used provolone cheese, but I don't remember the other cheese that she used, so I just picked whatever I wanted. And then it's spinach and red onions. And then you put it all together, slide it into the oven so it all melts together, good to go. So I did purchase everything just to do something different. So yeah, that's where I got that recipe, up north Sierra. They're Minnesota. But that sounds really good, Chris. Belt Loop said that's awesome, making me hungry. Love sliders. Brian says Jay's a hero. Jay's a pain in my butt. He knows it, but you know, we go way back. But needless to say, I mean, that was the kind thing that he did because, you know, I'm over it. It's starting to really make me like, am I allowed to say the word pissy? It really is. Like, I just don't like that. I think it's gross, disgusting, and stay out of my stuff. And I'm not going to have, you know, I think it was a 30-pound bag get destroyed, you know. But when I would put it down there, we just assumed the problem was resolved. So yeah. Belt Loop says, no doubt. Yeah, chicken and waffle slider is one of my favorite breakfast foods. That sounds really good. Join me in the dirt. Yes, my girl, Pam. Everyone say hello to Pamela Lopez. She's the one that sent me the Haas tools with all the seeds. And we've became very, very close, which I don't have an email yet. We were talking just the other morning for quite some time. I love her. You guys, you have to subscribe to her channel. I told you all about her. She's critical on herself, like we all aren't. And y'all got her to 100 last week. And she was very, very thankful for that. Because like I said, we were yip-yapping on the phone because I have something up my sleeve that I'll discuss. But hi, Pam. How are you, girl? She says, hi, Melody. Hi, Mel's friends. Oh, you're so funny. Yeah, so join me in the dirt. Go check her out. She's in California gardening. I have a video. It's like real quick. So I'm going to say this now. She sent me out, and she's on here so she can help me out. She sent me out. Oh, gosh. No, I was just ready to say borage. Back up 10 seconds here. She sent me out. Let's see if I can figure it out on my own, Pam, before you tell me. Shoot. No, I'm not going to be able to remember. She's going to have to write it. Because she sent me out 2 different baggies. She wanted it to get here alive. It fixed the soil. I'm doing all this so I can make my brain click in. And 5 packs of my favorite red beets. Oh my goodness. And then I had to call her and ask her how to plant it. I love grits too. Girls raised in the South laugh out loud. I like cheesy grits. I did buy grits. Carry sugar-free, low-calorie syrup. There's the link. Thank you, Paul, so much. Make sure everyone, please go over, subscribe. You know, do all that fun, good stuff that I like to say under my videos. You know, the routine. Watch a couple videos. But she's always such a wonderful person. I feel like I've known her forever. I could pretty much tell her anything. I actually do. But yeah, she sent me out my Chautauqua beets, 5 packs. You believe that? Everyone's saying hello. Hi, Passamaquoddy. How are you? Welcome in. Happy Sunday. No, diabetic, just like being proactive about my health. Well, that's good, Chris and Gina. Freddie's saying hello. Hello, join me in the dirt. I just joined your channel. Thank you, Brian. She's so lovely. She really is lovely. I wouldn't steer you as wrong. You know me for a fact. She's just very lovely. We exchanged numbers back some ways, and we talk gardening on the phone, or if something personal is going on with me, she's just great. She really is a great person. And yeah, she gardens out there in California. She's using and this I like too. She's using what I used to use, which is like a community garden center. I mean, plus she has her own space, but hers are for free. I remember I had to pay for mine. But I just can't express how much she means to me. Okay, so I'll tell you what we were doing. I have purple Sicily cauliflower in the garden, and love it. I don't think I would ever do white ever again. And then I realized they have multiple colors. So she was helping me look for the seeds on different sites, and she said, "What about Baker's Creek?" And I'm like, "Huh, never even thought about that." So my game plan is to try to plant, hopefully in time, if they get here, because then my gardener was sold out. I ordered more purple of Sicily cauliflower, and I think the green cauliflower. I have yet to order it's called cheddar cauliflower. It's like a orangey type color. I think that was on Haas Tools, and I got so busy this week that I forgot to order them. So that's my game plan. In case you were wondering, what am I up to with the cauliflower? I want to just do all cabbages, greens, and cauliflowers for fall with my beets and carrots, of course. So yeah, she was helping me find seeds. Thank you, Brian, for doing that. I really do appreciate it. Laura said she just subbed. Yay, yay, yay. Cindy says, at Bake a Leg, did you happen to watch Roots and Refuse latest video? No, the last one I saw, because I've had a crazy week and weekend, she was getting rid of all her goats. Why is everything comfrey? Thank you, Pam. Brain fart. Oh, when I saw my first hummingbird today, it went straight to the calendula. Little tiny petite. If you know me, I love hummingbirds. I saw my first one of the season. But yeah, so she sent me out 2 different types of comfrey. Some look like a stick. And she did a diaphragm on the paper. I don't have it right in front of me. I'm so sorry. On not to plant it like this way, but to plant it this way. But I still panicked and called her on the phone and was like, this piece has leaves. Do I bury it? How do I do it? She told me exactly how to do it. And I will have a video coming out this week on that particular comfrey. Because guess what? It's doing good. And then I did half of a 75 cell count tray of one of the packs of seeds for the Chautauqua beets, because I'm still swimming in greens, but I've been giving them away. I took some produce bags from the grocery store, you know, that you get for free when you buy groceries, for some of my salad mixes. There's a little bit left. I still got to get out of there before that bed can be mine for beets. So, yeah. There's her link again. Thank you, Cindy, for everybody doing that. Raised in the South, love grits anyway, says Cindy. Mel, do you have room for 2 loofah plants? They're here to send out when you want them. Absolutely, because I actually won loofah seeds from Danny Day's Homestead. I'm not sure if it's coming specifically from Danny, but somebody, I won them in there, and I've never received them yet. But absolutely, girl. You know me, I'll never turn down a seed. Hold on, because I want to show something. As a matter of fact, Brian from Castle Highs reached out to me. Somebody did. Yeah, Brian reached out to me too and was like, aren't you growing loofah? And I'm like, no, I want the seeds. If they ever get here, maybe I'll have time. I know they do take over. But I really want to do loofahs to let them dry out for the loofahs and give the kids for Christmas. I think that would be pretty cool. But yeah, no, loofahs, most definitely. Pam is so generous, folks. I just can't even. Let's see. Hi, Mary Jameson. How are you? Good evening, dear Melody. Good evening, my friend. How are you? Happy Sunday. I hope everything's well. In case you missed, here's the sign, another sign from my neighbor, and this is the name of the coop because it was on my list, the Fluffy Butt Hut. And it says last one in is a rotten egg for anybody that's coming in, with a new sun hat from my lovely neighbors. Thank God somebody's lovely in this neighborhood. Oh, okay. Pam, it's saying Join Me in the Dirt hasn't put an email address on her about page. Mine was on there too and it disappeared. So, Pam, make sure you add your email address, sweetheart, to your about section. But Mary, how are you? Lovely to see you. Let's see. Didn't know about an email on about page. Yeah, mine's gone too. I have to go fix mine. I'll probably get to it Monday or Tuesday. I did say to Jimmy, I feel like I'm just going to fall over come Monday because it's just been such a busy week and weekend. Most channel use the page to put an email address on. Yes. Okay. Cindy says, Jess of Roots and Refuge is having issues with her soil that she bought. Oh, no. I will definitely have to watch that. Paul, you're funny. Laura says, I have 3 little hummingbirds every year here. I love them. Me too. The thing with the hummingbirds is I always loved them. And then I turned my mother-in-law onto them. And I moved here last year. You know that. And the first bird that showed up here when the flowers were blooming was this little tiny petite hummingbird, which my mother-in-law was only like 4'5", this petite little thing. I felt it in my gut. I'm that kind of person, instinctual. And I felt like mom was here just to be like, everything's okay, girl. I'm here. Enjoy your garden. So I do feel like if mom knew I was living with Jimmy, she'd be a-okay with it. And she would love that garden. My mother-in-law, God rest her soul. Miss her dearly. Let's see. Cindy says, not in California, no free bags here. Well, yep. When you go to this shop, right, that's in the city, don't ask. I go to that one because it's big. But I took all my own bags. They don't supply even brown bags. So, creative redundancy. Hello, happy Sunday. Hello, Melody and people of the chat. Welcome, welcome. How are you? Happy Sunday. Everyone or anyone coming in. Happy Father's Day. If you were a mom and raised your kids alone, happy Father's Day. So I hope you all had a blessed Father's Day. My tomatoes started to flower. One already. Woo, woo. Me too. I had a couple fall over though because the wind's here, but it's next year. I made my mind up. The guy from Jersey, Figrioni, uses those plastic clips. I'm getting them for next growing season. I guess I don't want to get in debate between me and Jay, but I'm telling you, like the weather's weird here when you're near the water. And I could tell the temperature difference. And having dinner on the river last night, it was like, whew. I thought here was like cold and windy. It was windy, windy. But yeah, so how about that? I allowed myself to stop declining being an adult and allow myself to be invited for dinner and cocktails for Saturday night. So that was nice. I would have probably preferred to have brought someone along, but I figured it was just going to be Kathy and her husband. I had no idea I was walking into Kathy's husband and like a half brother, but it was really, really nice. Such lovely people. I really do adore them. But super excited. Creative Redundancy says my tomato started to flower one already. Woo woo. I have multiple flowers on mine. Creative Redundancy. But let's come talk about my Come Salsa with me. It's a determinate tomato. I already have big tomatoes. The whole thing. I think the tomato's taken over. And then I don't know who I'm fooling, but I'll tell you it's all the truth. I love my salsa garden so much. I'm not just saying it all for you to do the challenge, but you can win 5 packs of seeds. That I was saying, man, I should do another one. So I sort of did, and I sort of didn't. I did a pico de gallo, the same way I did my salsa garden. So I put like a different tomato in there and 2 different types of peppers in there, you know, because it's equal parts like onions to tomatoes, peppers when you make pico. That's what I did. But I love my salsa garden. It is just booming. Everyone's saying hello. Shop until you drop, says Chris. Chris knows me. I have a limit of how long I could be in a store. He came last summer. He hasn't been here yet, folks. Start ripping him. He came here. We went to TJ Maxx twice last summer. One time we weren't in there for too long, and the next time, literally, I was saying to Chris, like, can we get out of here? I'm not your average woman. I just don't like to shop till you drop for 3-4 hours. It's just not who I am. I usually like to get in, get what I gotta get, and get out. I also don't like to go to Sam's or Sam's Club, in case you don't know what that is. It's a big place. I don't like to go there in the middle of the day. I don't like to go at 5 o'clock. No way. I cannot stand lines. I'm a wise guy these days, and I say I don't like people, but that's not it. I don't like standing in the lines, and it's just too crowded. I'm more of that person sets the alarm. If I know ShopRite's opening up at 7, I'm up at 6:30. I'm out the door by 7. So that's kind of funny. Chris says, shop until you drop, laugh out loud. Love the sign. I know, isn't that cute? She got me that, Pam. And that's weird because, I'll say it again because I know I'm repeating myself. That was one of the names I had picked out to name my chicken coop. Now I just need names. I want to show you this as well when I say Jay got me a bunch of OXO containers. If you see, I'm drinking from a stainless steel straw, my juice. I did kind of neglect myself when I went food shopping. It's so weird. I have to go back out and I'm going to try to look for this again. This cran pineapple. If you have not tried this, it's so good. But Jay was right. If I can't find it, just get cranberry and pineapple juice. It's like one of my favorite. Their other one was cran cherry and I couldn't find it. I found it last time. But I'm going to wait a couple weeks. I'm not kidding because I'm like stored out. But I'm going to go back. I want to get at least 8 bottles of juice for myself. I'm the juice person. With some pineapple juice. And there was something else I had to get at the store, but I forget. Oh, I want to get the fillets of fish. I don't know if you've seen them. Or you could just throw them in the oven for something quick to eat. I need to grab them for myself. But anyway, so my stainless steel straw goes to this. So I'm hoping I'll be better. This is a double-walled, vacuum-insulated 50-ounce. Look at this bad boy, and it's cute. You see the color? I'm going to go closer. Stainless steel. It comes with a stainless steel straw and a pink little sleeve to keep the tip of your straw clean. And I'm going to be filling this up with water for the garden on those really hot days because I'm not doing too good with that. But I think this was like $9.99 for this. If Jay's listening, he can correct me. But he also bought me this. So lots of water. Stay hydrated while we're gardening because it's brutal sometimes. But I thought that was super cute. And it keeps it cold, I think, 12 hours hot and 24 hours cold. And I love those type of stainless steel. I know my old one would say 24 hours and there was still ice in it 48 hours later. So thank you again to Jay for that when we got all the containers. Let's see. But it almost tomato time. Oh, I can't believe it's going to be tomato time soon. Cindy says your email is there just fine. Is it? Did I re-add it in? Somebody told me that it wasn't there. So I may have added it in. But thank you, Cindy, for checking. The lilies are flowering too here. Oh, lilies are so pretty. Wish I could show you. I can't think of the name. I think when my live's done, I'm going to put it as my profile pic. I have, they're like green and it shoots up like these yellow flowers. Well, there's one that comes up the yellow flowers. I made Jay take a picture of it because we went for a walk Friday night and everything down to the river. And it has like this burgundy, you'll see it. It'll be my picture. It's so pretty and I have to figure out who has that, where is it, because I need 2 of them. They're just so attractive. Laura says, I have a couple tomato plants that already have some small tomatoes on it. That's good, girl. Mine are too. Laugh out loud, Melody. We need to see if we can get you a pair of bloomers with that sign on. Oh my goodness. Why? I got a fluffy butt. I'm the fluffy butt. No, they have fluffy butts. But this was so cute. I mean, honestly, big shout out. If they keep buying me signs, you won't even be able to see my coop. Happy Father's Day. Yep, I agree, Belt Loop. LP, hello. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Happy Sunday. Drops Family Garden. Long time no see. Hey, hope you all had a happy Father's Day. You as well. Happy Father's Day. I hope you had a great weekend. Just gardening, talking, chicken talk over here. But welcome, welcome. Oh, Mary got you, Paul. Thank you, Mary. He has a thing for my butt. In case anybody's new here, it's nothing new for Paul. She says, Paul, honeyman, behave. But I live in zone 3-4, though. Oh, okay. Creative redundancy. Hey, Melody, Paul, Bell. Drops, happy to see you here. Laugh out loud. What the heck does that mean to who? Let's see. I don't think he knows how. Very true, Cindy. He really doesn't. Oh, Belt Loop says, gotta bounce. Been busy tonight. Wish it would slow down. Be safe working. Sorry we're missing you this Sunday, but we'll catch up. You see what I do. I stalk a bunch of your videos, watch them, leave comments. Like I said, if I can't sleep at night, I'm on your page. But have a great night at work. Thank you for at least popping in. I really do appreciate it. Speaking of the devil, hey, and I called you about a week ago just to say hi, Mel. Castle Hive, somebody else was asking me about, oh my goodness, I had such a long week, folks. It's even worse today. The loofah. And then I thought it was you, and then I realized I missed your call. I'm sorry, my friend. How are you? Everyone say hello to Mr. Brian from Castle Hives. You like Bri? The fluffy butt hut. That's going to be the name of my coop. How are you? How are you doing? Happy Father's Day, Brian. I've been working a lot in the garden. Oh, yeah. Haven't we all? Have a great week. Belt Loop, thank you again for coming in. I really do appreciate it. I know he's a freshie, Mare. He's a freshie. Let's see. Belt Loop's great. Yeah, I got to go over and check out his channel, watch his videos. People are saying hello. Yeah, aren't we all? Hope you all are getting both sun and the rains for your gardens and crops and flowers. Well, we did get rain. I never posted my Memorial Day. Saturday, I always do a garden tour. I have a garden tour and already things have changed. So it's just in my phone. It was so hot here. I couldn't do a text message. I couldn't dial out. It completely shut my whole phone down. It's crazy. It's that new software. So my garden tour is on there. I just have to edit it because it's in 2 parts. So that's my bad that there was no video on Saturday, but maybe I can get a free pass because I usually do try to post at least 6 days a week. But, going food shopping 3 days straight was like a bit much for me. And then a pantry to clean, and then I cleaned in here today, then that mess in the basement. So I'm not making excuses. That's just the facts. I get tired sometimes too. But yeah, I'm going to go back to, well, the one that I have on my phone that will be uploaded for this week. Let's see. Used to make my wife's day by giving her a bendy to go shopping with. She was gone the whole day on a shopping spree. Yeah, maybe I'm a weird woman. If I want something or need something, that's a different story, but I still like to get in and get out. I don't want to be in a store for 3 hours. That's like way too much for me. I just don't like it. But I'm sure she loved that. Cindy says, Mel, it's like that for me. I cannot stand people walking close to me or bumping into me, talking to me. Just don't like the crowd and stuff. I know. I think I said to Jay, is it me? Like, I think I just hate people, but I don't use the word hate. It's just like, I don't like people. But I do like people, though. That's the problem. I really do like people. I think every cashier obviously has to work for their money, so I'm not trying to be rude at all. I just feel like some of them just are not so bright. It's just like that, A lot of people don't want to work today. So, you get some arrogant ones and stuff like that. But yeah, that's like 3, well, Aldi's maybe not so much, but Giant, ShopRite, they're big supermarkets. you know. So yeah, I just am not that person really. I've never seen orange, oh, cran pineapple. Yeah, this is so good. I just got this and look, I'm already almost done. But it's really, really good. Me and Jay have been friends for so long. And I said to him the other day, what's my three favorite juices? He's like, I don't know. Like, is he supposed to know? Yeah. And I was like, well, at least take a guess. And he guessed one and said tomato juice because I was that weirdo. Never on caffeine. Used to go out to like the diner to have breakfast. I would get a decaf cappuccino and I would always get tomato juice. So tomato juice, absolutely love it. And I love a spicy Bloody Mary. If you've never tried one, amazing. And I think that spice kept me healthy. Knock on wood. Um, but yeah, my second favorite is pineapple, and my third is pink grapefruit. And that's really like my favorite juices. Let's see. Laura says, CR, I'm getting plenty of sun. I've only had rain once in a couple weeks, but it was a downpour, not a slow rain. Yeah, that one time I told you it rained for like 5 minutes. It was such a tease. But then we had like 2 days that were chronic crappy and it rained pretty good. And of course, everything flourished. And my garden is in full sun, let me tell you. I've already harvested all the broccoli to catch us all up to date. All the broccoli, I harvested. Remember, I left some in because they didn't have a head. And then within like a day or 2 days, they had a head. So I got some extra broccoli that's in the refrigerator for fresh eating. All the other broccoli, I blanched it all. Then I tied up all my snowball cauliflowers. If you don't know what I'm talking about, when your cauliflower starts making a head, you don't want it to get bleached by the sun. You don't want the bugs to get in there. So you could just take a little twine and take the big leaves and just tie them closed. So I don't know how many I have exactly. I want to take a guess and say maybe 15 that are in the no-till garden. So I tied all them up. Didn't tie the other ones up that are in the bed. And I think by tomorrow, cross your fingers because I've been so busy. Hopefully I go out there because I know the one is definitely ready. The purple of Sicily cauliflower, that may be absolutely ready for me to harvest. So I'm already thinking like, what am I planting, you know, for fall? The greens are coming out of the beds. I've been giving so much lettuce away. I've been just introducing myself to neighbors that are pleasant. And said, would you like lettuce of all types? Because I have them all. I'm like, sure, you don't mind? I said, no, not at all. Cindy and her husband, Jay, you know, the one day he yelled at me and told me I gave him too much lettuce, but he ate it. We had salad with dinner tonight. I also cooked dinner tonight because he asked me to. And I think as much as I didn't want to, that's the least I could do, you know, for all the OXO containers and stuff. And him cleaning up the basement for me was one less thing that I had to do. So thank you again. But yeah, so it's very, like, it seemed like overnight my tomato plants got really big. So garden tour this week, and then we'll be up to date. I'm going to do a current video and let you see what the garden looks like now. I just don't have anything in place of the broccoli yet. I worked on the bed for what little spare time I had yesterday to get some more greens out so I can go in there with red beets. And then where I pulled the broccoli out of the bed, that's going to be half carrots. Let's see. Oh, that was nice. Pam says, oh, happy Father's Day to all the dads on here. Been getting rain every other day at 10 degrees Fahrenheit degrees below normal. Been hovering around the mid 60s. I don't know. I felt like our spring was really cold and very rainy. Red Silo says, well, gang, I'm headed to bed. Going to be a long one tomorrow with building projects and gardening. Hope everyone has a great week ahead. Hugs, Melody. Same to you. I will be over. You're next on my list when I'm laying there at night. Can't sleep. But lately I've been so exhausted that I'm like, I hit the pillow and I'm out like a light. But be careful on your building projects. I will be over to take a look at the videos. And thank you so much for coming in. Stay safe. Have a blessed week. And hopefully we'll see you next Sunday. Slow start on tomatoes this year. I think I had a slow start getting them out this year because I couldn't get them out until after Mother's Day this year, like maybe a week and a half after Mother's Day this year. Maybe it was 2 weeks because it was risky, you know? But really surprised to see how much green growth is on there. I haven't fertilized them. I've done the peppers. I have all the stakes in my peppers. I just don't have them tied up. So, well, in one bed, all the stakes are in for me to, tie them up. And then the other bed, I'm just confused. I think maybe I lost a lot of bamboo last year. I still have the other half of my pepper bed because I have 2 full beds of peppers that I have to finish staking. And then I have all them to tie up. Now I just pruned tomatoes, and yet I was out there pruning 2 rows of tomatoes from the wind. A couple of them were knocked over. I tied them up, and then I took the lowers off. I usually do like 3 to 6 inches, about that much, with nothing on the bottom. It's probably why I can get away with planting them so close. So lots of work to do, I tell you. Overall, this month being average 70 during the day and 50s at night with some rains and some sun. I just had said this, creative redundancy. Do you notice it was the land down under? They got so much rain, they had that flooding, and I thought to myself, I wonder if what happens to them if we're going to end up like a real wet type of season. I know that's always not guaranteed, but I was thinking like that. I think it was chilly, rainy, and then suddenly it was like heat, like 94 or 98 degrees. It was crazy. Like one weekend, and then the following weekend it was super hot. Then we just only had like a couple days of rain, but it's kind of been on the hot, humid side here. Tomorrow's supposed to be 80, so we just went from 2 windy days, cooler temps, going down to 50 at night, to now tomorrow we're going back to in the 80s. Crazy, crazy weather. Oh, let me see. I put buckets out, Laura. I did do that. I have a Home Depot bucket that, honest to goodness, is filled to the brim. So I think I'm going to dump some of that back where my watermelon is. And when I tell you I'm behind, folks, I keep it real. I'm so behind that I have a few things planted on the side garden. I don't even have the rest in. Don't even have the rest in. But I do have 2 buckets of like rainwater. Let's see. Love it, Mel. Thank you, Mary. I know, I do too, Suzanne. I miss seeing this LP in here. I'm going to have so many tomatoes this year. I put out at least 50 plants this year. Well, I was complaining because a lot of my plants died. As y'all very well know, because my roommate was putting the heat up too high and then putting the fireplace heat on. It was like sucking the moisture out of my plants. So I think my calculation, if I count the side, I'm probably about $1.50 in tomatoes. I'm okay with what I have planted in my garden. I really don't want any more than that. I mean, I really hate to sound like this, but I'm not feeling the tomatoes. I think, honestly, I burnt myself out last year. I really did. Between moving here, building the garden, and I overdid it for Shed Wars, I burnt myself out. So I don't want to say this on a video. Maybe y'all can help me. I don't want to say like my survival garden. I don't particularly want to use the word survival, but I'm as honest as they come. But honestly, I've really tried to do a garden this year. Maybe I'll do like, my title will be like a staples garden, because I think I have everything growing that you could literally eat for a year. I have red skin potatoes. I have Idaho. I have red skin potatoes. I plant it like the Idaho type of potato. I have like plants where the whole plant's edible. I have lots and lots of herbs, plenty of tomatoes, plenty of peppers. Let's see, beets, 2 different types of watermelon, pumpkins, a bunch of different squashes. I mean, onions. We'll have to see how my garlic does. I don't know. I'm new with the whole garlic thing. But I don't know. It's starting to look like it's dying, and I didn't plant mine till November, so we'll have to see. So garlic, onions. I feel like I consciously made an effort. Oh yeah, tons and tons of string beans, whole beans going up, Chinese red noodle beans, cabbage, coleslaw. Well, I just said coleslaw. Cabbage, cauliflower, broccoli. I mean, peas, the list got corn. Boone sent me out corn and I planted in a pot and it's doing amazing. And I'm doing those little fingers in a pot. Did I say red beets? So I don't think I'm leaving anything off the list. The raspberries, it's like, I really do feel like I have a staples garden. My agenda this year was a lot of flowers so that these birds can knock the seeds down so I don't have to plant so many sunflowers next year. And I am just in love with borage, like some new things in my garden, a lot of things I had to start from direct sowing, so that held up my season too. But I think overall, I think I am growing a good bit of medicinal herbs, a lot of herbs so I don't have to purchase them for at least a year or two. I'm being a much better gardener and making it a point to prune my basil plants now. It's like before, especially with sweet Italian basil, I would never prune it and it would die on a quickness, but I have lots of different basil, purple opal basil. I'm hoping my lemon basil comes up, but we'll have to see. Lots of zucchinis. So I don't know. Would you call that a staples crop, like a staples garden? Because my mind went right there. Could I personally, even with work needing to be done, could I live off of that garden to the following season? Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir, I could. I love string beans. I'm a Irish as they get. I love potatoes. So I just didn't feel comfortable riding off of the coattails of everything that's going on in the world. I just wanted to make sure that I worded it right. That's all. I know some channels are just, doing certain things for the views. I'm not about that life. I'm just not. I mean, I got monetized for writing. I spent $300 at Aldi's, and that's a true story. I did, a lot of my subscribers knew I moved and said, bring us along, building a pantry, or how do you build a pantry? How do you food shop? So, different things like that. And I've slacked in that department, but it's also because I wasn't going food shopping because I was packed. So I don't know. I think I'm doing my garden so I don't have to put as much effort into it. You can never take your eye off the prize. Let's put it that way. I'm not saying stay out of your garden. I'm just saying I needed to make it a little bit easier on myself this year. I'm trying out sunflowers this year too. Sunflowers, I love them. Love them, love them. I watch your videos, Melody, and thumbs when I can. It's raining today, so that's why I'm here. Oh, well then I'm glad it rained, Drops. Thank you. Appreciate it. Drops, leave me a comment after this live. Suddenly it's getting hot in here. So I think I tried to get on your channel and then I don't know, I couldn't find it. I got to figure that one out. Just got this about, yeah, that's right. Melody R. Yep. Thank you, Paul. I grow sunflowers every year in my garden. They're easy to grow. They are. Melody, they're tiger lilies. Thank you. And I know I'm behind. I'll pick it up. Gorgeous. With the yellow and the burgundy. Oh my gosh. I was like, Jay, please take a picture of that. But I don't know if I could find 2 of those plants right now, though. I'm just really not sure because you should see here in Pennsylvania. Like, we went right out. Because I don't have a lot of eggplants to just spare this year. Meaning like the plant. I think there's a major shortage on the actual plant, like the nurseries, Home Depot, Lowe's, nobody's had eggplants. So when that broke, we went straight to Home Depot to see if they had any. Nope. So we'll see how the year turns out. I mean, I'll have a good bit, but I'm really not into like the little fingers types, but my neighbors picked me up like 4 different types. So I'm grateful. But I love the Oswald last year, and I just fell in love with the Rosa Blanca eggplant last year. They were amazing. But thank you for the tiger lilies. That's it. I got to find them. I'm on a hunt now. Let's see. I did plant okra as well. They're little babies. It's starting to come up. Hi, Miss Andale. I know I'm late or I'm behind. I know. Hi, Miss Andale. You know the huge. I love you. I would love rain. Oh yeah, California barely gets any rain. Yep, Paul said, yay, Andale in the house. Amen. Love her. Usually in the mid 70s and dry here in June. It's been wet in mid 60s. Yep, crazy weather. Everyone's saying hello to Miss Andale. See, I'm not huge onto okra. I didn't want to be like that and not plant it because I think it's snotty. I was thinking this way. I liked it pickled, so grow it. And I also think okra, if you get the center out, like if you're going to do like soups or stews, it could be a good filler. That's where my mind went this year when the way I was planning my garden. So yeah, let me see. Catch up. Let's see. Hi, Erin. Hi, everyone. Happy Father's Day to all the great dads out there. Hi, Erin. How are you? Mel, you love people. I do love people. I really do. And, you know, I told you my son had COVID, and this is the second time having it. It's just like a mom thing. I got in last night from having a lovely evening, finally accepting myself to go out and be an adult and be invited to someone's house without being paranoid. I happened to go under Snapchat, and there's my son again around lots of people. Well, it was golfing first and then lots of people. As I go through the snaps, it looks like he's on a ship with like a live performer, and there was a lot of people. I caught myself for a second. Thinking to myself, like, there he goes again, being around a lot of people. But then I thought to myself, when I was 26 years old, I wasn't told to stay in the house either. Like, my son is refusing to let this horrible thing that's going on keep him away from people. He's like I was. He's a social butterfly. So he was out this weekend on a ship watching a live performer. It looked like a big dance club. It was just, but I caught myself getting choked up like I just did a couple seconds ago, because it was like instantly I worried about that again. And then instantly my mind went to, wow, they're like kind of, I mean, it's on a ship, but I was thinking like, you know, what if somebody decides to like shoot it up or something? I got to stop. So I didn't bother them with my thoughts, but that's what got to me. And I did catch myself getting a little choked up. Today I was more to my senses and just said to my roommate, like, I'm not going to nag him. I'm not going to tell him what he can do and what he can't do at 27 years old. We weren't told to stay in when we were 26, 27. So back to Mary's thing. I love people, but I'm a little paranoid, you know? My son, I guess not so much, but he's living life, folks. He's living life, and I just have to accept it. Cindy said, I like people at a distance. I like people one-on-one. I hate groups. If I'm in like a real, you know, because I have anxiety, I'm not claustrophobic, but if I was crammed in, like, I mean, I've been in a situation like that before up in a club, you know, those days where it was like the night before Thanksgiving. I used to be a barmaid, and it was like you were like a sardine. I don't like that. That's too much. If you're touching my skin and I feel your back sweat, no, it's gross, right? So yeah, I don't like crowds like that, but I'm not really around large groups anymore. So, let's see. I would rather hang out with a good book. I'm so antisocial, says Cindy. I don't believe you're antisocial, but reading's great. And I think with everything that's going on, it just has me a little gun shy. I think that's what it is. As far as supermarket is concerned, I was never a person that liked to run to the store once a week. I like to go big and then go home. This was just a little different for me because obviously we're all dealing with this may not be available at this store, so you're going to end up at another store. You could be like me and be at 3 stores. It's just the luck of the draw, you know, and I don't like it. But Cindy, you're funny though. I need a good book for the summer. Job says my wife used to go from store to store and pick up on sale items she sold at a flea market. Oh, that's a good idea. I gave her money to help build up her side business, even went on the weekend to help her. That's awesome, Drops. Drops. Oh, okay, Laura. Yes, I think that was a good call for me to leave that extra broccoli in the ground. Only 2 didn't do anything, and I was like, that's it. Like, I'm done with that. But as I was saying, the ones that I did leave, they did form a head. And freezer's kind of full with broccoli. And there's fresh broccoli in the fridge from the last heads. Now I got to work on the purple cauliflower. And then I want to get started doing some plants so I have them for fall. But I still have carrots to plant and beets to plant. Let's see. Hello, Andale, Homestead, and everyone I missed. I'm mostly listening right now, says Suzanne. Let's see. Wow. Sydney says the last time we had rain was April 22nd, and then it was only 1/4 an inch. Wow. I'm just going through so I don't fall too far behind. Let's see. Friday, I will cut my spicy mixed greens and pull radishes and give them to the food bank. Like I said, I've been cutting them. I don't have a backup plan. My green stalk is all greens. The mesclun, beautiful. The spicy, the regular, the pink looks gorgeous. I actually had a salad of it. I have a funny feeling it's going to bolt, even if I am cutting it, and doing all that stuff. So if anybody has any ideas, because the one's going to be all the beans, the big kahuna beans, but I put all greens in my other new green stalk. So I need a backup plan on what to put in there. Let's see. Yeah, I agree, Erin. Wow. That's a great idea. Last year I was like new to the whole carrot thing. I was gardening in the wintertime last year. But now I know to thin my carrots before it gets too cold so they can grow right. And you can leave them in your bed and go out there in the wintertime and harvest some carrots if you need them. Let's see. I'm just reading people's things. Mel, your garden is always perfection. Oh, Mayor, you're so sweet. I think I am a person where it's visual, so it has to, make it appealing for me to want to go in it. But I also agree with Jay. He made a comment today about like when he had his own pool, he couldn't really like sit there and relax at his own pool because this would have to be done, that would have to be done. I think that's why I moved the little table out of my garden. I put it outside where the medicinals are because if I'm sitting right in the garden, I'm never going to relax. I'm always going to find something to do. But it is a beautiful garden. I do have to own that. It's beautiful. It's coming along. And yeah, hopefully, things work out. I think you'll be quite shocked when you see, not this one that's coming out this week, but I don't know. How do you feel about 2 garden tours in 1 week? Is that crazy to get caught up? But thank you, Mary, for the compliment. When people want seeds, tell them to check their libraries because they are usually a free seed bank too. Huh? Not here. Hi, Mona, sifting some soil, 55. I'm sorry, I know, you know me, I'm always behind. Hello, Mel. Hello, happy Sunday. I took most of my pepper plants out of the greenhouse yesterday and put them in the garden. I planted those things for like 5 hours yesterday. I was like pooped. Oh, I bet. Because I was too, and I did 2 beds. So I have a video coming out on peppers, just some tidbits. What do I do? It's only what I'm doing or how I do it. The question was, how do you do your peppers? So I do have a video coming out on that. And I do state within that video, because I I don't disclose people's names if they don't want them to disclose if they hit me up on Instagram. So, like, do I top off my peppers? No, never. Never, ever, ever have I cut the top of my pepper off. And you saw my peppers, they were up to like my shoulders last year. So, yeah, I have a lot of peppers going on again this year for sure. I have radishes. I did pick some. I might have disturbed my white icicle radishes because the roots to the broccoli. I pushed them back down. We'll see what they do. If they don't work out, that's okay. I have more seeds. But it's very smart though if you're growing things like cabbage or broccoli because their leaves are big, is to plant your radishes like right underneath of it. At least they'll grow, even if it's really hot where you live, you know. Let's see. Mona saying hello to everyone. So happy to have Mona here. Drops. The mice ate all my seeds last year. Let's just put it that way. Let's see. Oh no, Mona says I ran out of rainwater a month ago. Really? Wow. That is so true. I know I'm not, conversations y'all are having, but, I'm nosy as hell. Drops made a very good point. Did any of your beans, like black beans, maybe something you haven't used up, you can soak them or you could plant them right out and they will grow. Let's see. Gotta go pick up bales of hay. I will let the live run. Good night, everyone. Happy Father's Day to all. Thank you, Brian, for coming in. It's great to see you, my friend. I will always be friends with Brian. I think he was like one of the first or second people that I became friends with on YouTube. So definitely go over and check out Brian Lossy Hill's Homestead. He repurposes a lot of things. He has beautiful property. Trust me when I tell you, I don't steer you wrong when I tell you to go check out his channel. He's definitely one of them. Hey, I know I'm behind. Eka, hi Melody. My tomatoes seem to be stuck in time. What do you mean stuck in time? Like not doing anything? If anyone's having trouble with their tomato plants, fish emulsion. A tablespoon of it in a gallon of water. Do not water from it above your plant. Please, my friends, water all the time at the root. But give all your tomatoes a feeding. They just might need that kickstart with this crazy weather that's going on. And yeah, that should help out the tomatoes big time. So there is that video that I was just saying about the peppers and just how I do it. Yeah, because Drops had said something. What was it, Drops? You thought my beans looked yellow? I didn't add any of that to my soil. I won't do that in my beds. But my beans are so densely planted. 16 beans, I think it is, per square foot. And I think I see my first string bean on there. And they're all flowering. They're all doing good. But, the more you pick, the more you get. Always remember that. But my mind's thinking like, man, I think I want another whole thing of beans. But it's like, I need a spot for beets. And then I think I'm going to put more beans in, maybe where I pulled out the broccoli in the no-till garden. I think I'm going to put something that can trellis, and I'm going to do another type of bean. I did say I was going to be bean crazy this year, squash crazy, But I love string beans. You can also add string beans to soups and stews, so keep in mind where my head was going when you see all my craziness in my garden. But definitely go over and check out Brian Lossy Hill's Homestead, my friends. Brian, thank you for coming. Happy Father's Day. Have a lovely week, my friend. Laura says she has 3 different types of watermelon out. I have 2. Let's see. Hey there, Eric. Happy that Eric's here. Cabbage is very high feeder. Yep. So I'll just reread what Drops is saying. Cabbage is very, very high feeder. You need a 20-20-20 NPK soil for it. My soil just must be great because y'all saw my cabbage last year. It did wonderful. I haven't even gave them a feeding yet. And the broccoli's already out. And I had broccoli, cauliflower, and cabbage all within the same area, real close area. And that sucks a lot of vitamin out. So they will get some fertilizer for sure. But I fertilized it really well before I even planted them. So make sure, you know, you give your cabbages, your broccoli, all that stuff needs, you know, some fertilizer. As far as tomatoes are concerned, honest to goodness, I use the Epsoma organic fertilizer. You know, it breaks down over time. I always start my beds off with that. I started off with good topping, you know, cow and the alfalfa and all that. So that's just what I've been doing since we got the soil. So, but you do have to fertilize your plants as you go along. And the heat, you know, be careful of the heat with your plants. Water them early in the morning, or like when the sun goes down, and water them at the root. If you don't want blight in your tomatoes, do not water them from above. So that right there is 2 of my videos that I put out. That is coming out for this week, actually, on my peppers and tomatoes, like just how I do it. Now my cilantro is so stinking hot here. Well, it was. It was like 94. My cilantro wants to bolt. Go figure. But I'm trying to. I do have cilantro that I harvested. But I have cilantro hidden in between my Brussels sprouts because the leaves are enough, and maybe it won't bolt that one over there. So that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to be slick this year. If I have to plant some cilantro over where the medicinals are, it's shady over there, then I'll plant some over there. But that, if you take the center out of your cilantro, just the middle stalk, cut it. Stops it from bolting a whole lot quicker. Just a little tidbit. You just dry the sunflower seeds, right, for next year? I did, but the mice got them here. So I had to buy a lot more sunflower seeds, and I had full sunflower heads. So yeah, lots of planting I had to do this year by direct sowing seeds. Or before the birds get it. Let's see. Okay, I'll let you guys keep talking. Don't care about monetization. One more tax headache. Let's see. Send the rain south, Cindy says. For sure. They need rain, California. Eggplants take 120 days or longer. I start them indoors if I'm going to plant them. Yep, I started all mine indoors and then planted them out. Cindy says, click drop. Thank you, Cindy, for that. I appreciate it. I love eggplants, says Mary. Me too. Did you see my eggplants last year? Oswald, I think, was the complete round one, and the Rosa Blanca had like that purplish tinge. Oh, so good. But I'm not redoing the white eggplant. I was not a fan of the white eggplant last year. It was prickly. Like, I mean, I just reached out to get it like I would any other normal eggplant, and I was like, ow. And 2, me and my son like to pick them young as well, because they're just so super sweet. That white eggplant was bland. It had 0 taste or flavor to it, so I didn't do that one this year. But I have the orange. I can't think of the name of it offhand. Maybe Drops. Can think of it. The zucchini that I did last year was like the golden. It's like a golden color. You have to keep it away from other zucchinis if you want to save the seeds. I did it last year. I'm doing that one again, but I don't know where I'm putting it. I have zucchini everywhere. Trust me when I tell you on that one. But I'm right there with Mary. I love eggplants. When my son caught COVID, he's like, Mom, do you have eggplants? I said, no, you know they're not in yet. So we're an eggplant kind of family. Oh, let's see. I wrote this comment after 15 after, so that's how far you are behind the chat. I know. The other day was 32. Today's like 10 or 12 like winter. It's crazy. The weather is crazy. Mel, you can have my portion of the okra. I don't like okra. Pickled was good. I did that challenge. I liked it, but I just figured for a filler, okra, another favorite of mine. This is Mary. I have a question. Our cucumber vines are growing like crazy, but the actual cucumbers are struggling. What might help the fruit? Do you have it trellising up, Miss Andale? Trellising it might help out a lot. What was I up to when I was 26? Oh, yep, told you I'm behind. Prune them and get Q-tip and self-pollinate. That's a very good point there, Miss Cindy Brown. Yeah, you need to have pollinators. Let's see. Mine were doing that. Mine were going real slow. I'm scrolling. I'm trying to see it all over. Okay, so she does have bees. Huh. Have you fertilized them? So, phosphorus and potassium, Miss Andale. Miss Andale's question is, what is the P and the K? I bet it's too much nitrogen. She says, yeah, you'll get a lot of green leafy growth at a certain point. Lay off the nitrogen, and give them the potassium and all that they need. But yeah, nitrogen will produce a lot of greens. You don't want the green, you want it to start producing. So it's not a bee problem. I mean, it's definitely being let's see. I'm just going past. Vines and nuts, the flowers everywhere, but the fruit looks very weak. Yeah, I struggled with my cucumbers last year big time. Yep. I don't have to answer gardening questions. Drops is in here. Hi, Ragnarok. I just spotted you. I know I'm behind. I love carbs too. Hail and greetings, Melanie. I hope the night finds you and all in the chat well. Happy Father's Day, Ragnarok. I hope you had a lovely day with all your kitties. Welcome in, welcome in. I'm just trying to catch up. Everyone's saying hello to Ragnarok. Just going past, unless it's to me. Catching up. I like when he says mum, M-U-M, when Paul does that. I love the England accent. Oh, Belt Loop's back. Had to do rounds. Just informing, not apologizing this time. Okay. Yeah, if you have a low pollinator count, you know the Q-tip deal. Oh no, Ragnarok, that's terrible. So sorry to hear that. My neck is hurting. Right, Laura? Welcome back to Belt Loop. Let me see. Am I behind anymore? Let me check it out. Mona says tomorrow is fertilizer day. It's very hot here. I hope the fertilizer doesn't kill it. You could always do what I do. I get still nervous with fish fertilizer, but I fertilize. Don't do that in the heat of the day, obviously. Do it early in the morning. And then I go behind it with the hose so that it soaks down in. I don't want it to sit on my plant. I don't want it to burn anything. So that was for Mona. I'll put in Brussels sprouts midsummer to feed the chickens with it. I already have all my stuff out there. I actually got threatened tonight. What? Different though. I think I will do a live stream when I get home. Just thinking out loud, have a beer and shoot the breeze. Sounds good, Belt Loop. White half runners tomorrow. That will be an all-day project for me. White half runners, the beans. Yeah, so that, what are you thinking? Am I batch crazy? Put more beans in, but my green stalk has all those greens in it. So I have to get something. I mean, it has like a cucumber and a squash because I'm just playing around. But it has all the mesclines and stuff in it. So I need to figure out what I'm going to end up putting in there. I have cilantro hiding in my Brussels sprouts. Where the broccoli came out of, I'm now starting to think of like, I don't know. I didn't want to do rattlesnake pole beans because then I get so busy and I don't get to them in time. But I I think I might go with another bean. And then where my greens are on the front bed, that's going to be beets. Where the broccoli was, it's going to be carrots. So I'm putting stuff in every nook and cranny when I tell you. I love spaghetti bolognese. Oh my goodness, Paul. That is so good. I wish I could see it. Okay, let's see. Projects with Paul. Spaghetti's full of sugar. Yeah, high projects with Paul. It is true. You got to be really careful if you're watching your sugar. I know my roommate's diabetic. He still eats chocolate and stuff, but, you know, it's surprising that pasta has a lot of sugar in it unless you're making it from scratch. Cilantro loves to bolt at 85, so does spinach. Yep, I harvested all my spinach too, let me tell you that. And it's in the freezer. I guess if I need some, whatever. I decided that I would just, you know, put it in the freezer and throw it in my eggs and stuff like that. I ain't cutting out my weekly spaghetti. You sound like my roommate. Zucchini noodles. One of those zoodles. I want one of them. I don't have one though. Let's see. Hi, Barb. Hello, everyone, and happy Father's Day to all. Hi, Barb. I'm so sorry, everyone, if I fell like so behind. Let's see. Love, Barb. I hope your husband had a lovely Father's Day. Yeah. Hi, Trellis. Yep. Something's like shaking on my table. Okay, so let's see. I missed anybody? Or any questions? By the way, join me at the live. In the Dirt. Love the music you have on your latest video. Yeah, he definitely did subscribe when I was shouting out her channel last week. I don't even want to... Oh! I'm like, what is that noise? I forgot I had a candle lit on the table. Let's see. Truly, I'm more than happy to help. Looks like an interesting channel. I'm doing Italian zucchini. I'm doing like this prolific yellow squash that I found. I'm doing the orange squash. I'm doing cocozella. I mean, I could go on and on. The zucchinis I'm doing. Let's see. Well, I got to slip out and water the garden this evening. Supposed to sunny again for Monday. Take care of people of the chat. Thank you, Creative Redundancy. Have a great week. Thank you for coming in. Hope to see you next Sunday. Life is too short. Family's important. That is true. But some things are some things, though. Minimize the watering. Okay, let's see. What else? So I have that pepper video that's coming out, just like what I do. Is it scented, the candle, and what's the scent? Because the little birds were stinking earlier when my roommate cleaned it out. He didn't put enough wood chips. This is one of the... Ooh, that wouldn't have been good if I would almost knocked it over. It's sensational. Oh, it's called Fireside Coconut Blend Wax Candle. It's the 2. But I want to show you all something because I think I'm pretty caught up. Melanie, how are the chicks? Pretty good. I'll go two so you could see because they're really growing. Liquor helps too. Probably vanilla candle. Nope. I just told you the one, right? Coconut. What is it again? It's a wooden wicks coconut blended wax, and it's called Fireside. So let me see. So it could be peach or something exotic. In my bedroom, it's mango. Let me think. My bedroom, I've been burning, oh, caramel mango. And that is amazing. Yes, you were wrong. Oh, coconut, I told you. Well, actually, I said to my roommate, give me the candle out of your room because it's not like you ever light it. You didn't put enough of the wood chips in, the birds. I had to redo their thing today and open the door and all that fun good stuff. But I want to get into this very quickly as well, my friends. I went on to Time to Grow, right? Mango, I knew Mel was somebody that would use exotic scents. Of course, it's my bedroom. Hello. Time to Grow, right, Miss Andale? Just so you all know. Because I had a crazy weekend. I wasn't over there this weekend. But they're doing a lot of informational videos for people that are going to be or are newbie pressure canners. And I got in there a few minutes late. It was, I told you this last week. It was a true or false question. I mean, it was just common sense. You can water bath everything, and I wrote false, and I won the book. Well, the book came. So let me show you. This is the complete guide to home canning. This is the book. If you can post the link, Miss Andale, it's time to grow, right? Whew, folks, it's been a lot of sun and just a lot of work. Bear with me. Miss Andale she can post the link. So yeah, great big shout out. I'm very interested. Principles of home canning fruit and fruit products, tomatoes, tomato products, vegetables, vegetable products, poultry, red meat, seafood, fermented food, and pickled vegetables, jams, and jellies. Now I have, the other book, of course, who doesn't, for pressure canning, but this is the book that I won. And I'm interested in this, it's a USDA complete guide to home canning. So in case you haven't heard, I'm going to be canning some organic baby carrots, pressure canning, that is. When it comes to water bath canning, I taught myself how to do that. Coconut's a superfood. It sure is. I'm burning caramel apple. I like those scents though for the fall. This is really it's different. It says, I think it's caramel mango, but it smells very summery and, I got a thing that does this thing. I'm thinking about using it with my peppers. You know the thing. That electric canner is expensive, drops. Yay, yup, says Miss Ando. Yep, love those scents. I like the thought. So kind of like girl next door American scent, don't you think? Time to grow. Okay, I just wanted to make sure I wasn't being like a dum-dum. So thank you for the book. Glad to be there. And I did go into this week. It was Leanne from Mennonite Farmhouse with a few other people she had on the panel. They were discussing some canning. So if you are like me and you want to stop being scared and learn to pressure can, great book. I'm so glad it's here, and I just want to get it over with because everyone always says, oh, the first time it's so nerve-wracking. After that, you'll love it now. So I hope I fall in love with pressure canning. I really do. But thank you for the book. I'm happy to have it, actually. So go to Time to Grow. A lot of information over there. Great channel. Go check them out. You're going to can some spinach next week? Huh. I never canned spinach. I froze a lot of spinach. I can't do a Valium. Oh my gosh. The doctor gave me one before my daughter gave birth. It didn't even take the edge off. You kidding? Oh, that's the best book ever. Just Join Me in the Dirt. Yeah, so super excited. It got here really quickly. And now I'm just waiting for my seeds from Baker's Creek. They're not here yet. I think the last email I got was about a label. Which is going to be more purple Sicily cauliflower. I mean, that is the game plan. And the green cauliflower. Hopefully, depends. I don't know, folks. I spent so much money food shopping for the last 3 days. But I really do want to get the cheddar cauliflower like ASAP, so I can have that in my garden for fall. But Join Me in the Dirt, which is Pam is saying, that's the best book ever. So I'm looking forward to it. Miss Ann says it's going to be great. Yeah, well, y'all know I got my pressure canner. What is mine? Oh, man, I'm telling you, folks. Boone got me a pressure canner, the Presto, the bigger one. So it's about time for it to come out of the box and not be used as a water bath canner and start pressure canning, right? So that's my goal anyway, and I will be doing a video for it too. As a sassy 1950s housewife, that's funny, Cindy. I was terrified of pressure canning last year, and I finally broke down and did it, and it actually worked, and now I'm hooked. See, everybody says that. Oh, Laura, I'm looking forward to learning this. Thank you, Miss Andel, for posting Pam's link again. I really appreciate everybody that subscribed to her. Very near and dear to my heart. Such a great person. I could call her up, talk to her about whatever. Actually, we were both looking for the seeds together via phone, so that was fun. And she was very helpful because how did I forget about Baker's Creek? But I did. And I was like, oh, I got to be economically smart. And she said, well, then that would be Baker's Creek, more seeds, less money. Let's see. All Americans are very expensive. I'm not going to do an all American. I have a glass stove, so that's definitely out of the question for an all American, you know. I will watch that. So yeah, so stay tuned for that. Let me think. Raspberries are coming in. I have lots of buds on my peppers. Y'all are going to think I'm crazy if you watch my pepper video this week on just how I do it. I do say I take the pepper off the plant. And that's how I get high yields on my pepper plants. I always take the first bud off. I never top my pepper plants off. But when the first peppers come on, I take them right off. I'm already getting serrano peppers coming in, the hot ones. So yeah, I just have to fit some more things in. If the garlic's done, even if it didn't work out, it is what it is. I bought a bunch of garlic in the bags because I think I'm going to try, who is it? Acre Homestead. I just don't feel like going back and having a look. But she did like a garlic in like oil that you can keep in the fridge. So I might do a little bit of that with it and keep, you know, like the jar inside the refrigerator. So, you know, that's why I bought those already peeled garlics from Aldi's. Let's see. I have a glass top also. It hasn't hurt it at all. And I've canned many times on it now. Yeah, but do you have the American canner? Baker Creek. Cindy, you're on it. Quite a few people said their American canner broke their glass top. So that has me petrified. But I have a Presto 24 quart, the double stackable from Boone, my moderator. So it's time to put that to use. My garlic was crap. I did see that video. Well, we're going to see what happens with mine because I'm not even sure if you all saw me plant it last year. Barb's been here for like forever. I couldn't get it online, so I purchased all organic, not sprayed, garlic, and I planted it. The only thing, though, is I think I probably should have pulled the leaves back off of them, and I was so busy with the amount of plants that died and direct sowing things that I never pulled the leaves back. But we'll see. If it worked out, fine. If it didn't work out, that's okay, because that was a very good learning experience for me because I've never done garlic before. But, you know, I would have to try to see if I can get some offline. But I did do 50 cloves of garlic, the bigger ones, and everything was going good. They're just suddenly looking like they're dying, but I never pulled the leaves back off of them. And number two, I think I planted mine in late November. So I don't know if maybe it's around the time. I'm not really sure. I'm going to go like this around it tomorrow, see if I feel anything. But hey, things happen, right? You could garden for 35 years, 50 years, and not everything's going to work out. And garlic is just something that I don't know, I never really attempted to do. So no shame in my game. If it works out, fantastic. If it doesn't, I'll be planting it again this fall and trying it all over again. You will be doing that too, Barb. We'll be doing it together. Are pretty much foolproof. Good. Yeah. I mean, that's me. It's like the horror stories. The lid's going to blow off. And, I said that last year and I said, oh, well, maybe when my roommate has a day off, well, my roommate's been out of work. It's like, pull it out while he's here in case I panic. Everything should be fine. Oh, Brian's back. He says, I'm back. Got my grass hay picked up. Awesome, Brian. Let's see. My friend Felicia ruined her glass top stove with a heavy canner, so check your manual about maximum weight for your stove. Did you see that? Absolutely. See, I've heard the same thing. I will check for that, but I know for a fact my stove cannot handle an American canner. I don't need a broken glass top, It did say it could handle the Presto one that Boone got me, and a lot of people have a glass top and they use a Presto and they just say they love it. Plus, who wants to spend that kind of money for an American canner right now? No, I have the 23-quart Presto canner mill. Yes, I knew that that's what you said. So that's what I'm going to be pulling out. So we'll see, Laura. We'll see how I can do on some carrots. I left in the ground too long. I'm wondering if I did too. I don't know. We'll have to see. Garden State Gardener, there he is. How's your ankle? I heard last week you either hurt your ankle. That's why I didn't text or call, or you either hurt your Achilles heel. I'm like, I hope not, because I have that. That's what Adrian told me last week. So how are you feeling, my friend? I want to stay and listen, but need to lay down. Take care of everyone in the chat. Have a great week. Oh, I hope you're okay, Joe. Redneck Pepper, I like my little carry, to be honest. Vent and set it and forget it. I mean, the electric one, don't get me wrong. If someone sent me an electric canner, be up my alley, because I don't have to mess with anything. I think Becky from Acre Homestead has that. And she says, yeah, you just set it and just let it go. It does everything on its own. So, I don't know. Bye, Joe. I hope you're okay, my friend. Everyone's saying be well to Joe. No year is the same, correct. So Drop says, one thing you learn about farming. Here, always does that. Jay always calls me a farmer. I'm like, I'm not a farmer. I'm a gardener. Drop says right. Not everything works out the same every year. Yep, we'll be planting together, Barb. Let me see. Mel, you have the same canner as I do. I'm glad, because I might need some help, Laura. I think you will do fine, girl. Once you try it and see how easy it is, actually, I think you will love it. I hope so. I do hope so. Let me see. I agree with Laura. Once you do it, it's a winner. Yay! I also bought the ball, jelly, and jam maker. Well, I have the ball book. I gotta be honest with you, like, I'm just so used to water bath canning, but you can't just water bath everything, so that just makes it hard. But let me grab something to show you. So hang tight. As you can hear, somebody's making a lot of noise. I tell you, the New Hampshires, they're noisy buggers. But you ready to see the girls? Look at look at the size of her. She's a big girl. She's pretty much all feathered out. Say hi. Say hi. Girl, I'm here anytime. I need to get your number if you have any questions or anything. Absolutely. Give me a second. So let me show the birds. So this is the New Hampshire. You have to remember, I was going for something different. This is the New Hampshire red. What do you think? Almost time to go out. That's the one that looks like a bald eagle. And then this is my silver lace Wyandottes. Well, this is one of them. It's okay, little girl. You feel all warm and toasty. Look, say hello to your fans. Cool. Oh my goodness gracious. And now the Wyandotte made a liar out of me, and it was like more noisier than the other two. Hi, little girl. You're a big girl, aren't you? Yeah, you're big. So that's the size and length. They're dinosaurs. I know I keep saying I have pterodactyls, Barb. Come here. Why were you so fussy, little girl? You're never like that. It's okay. I know. You know, it was weird though too. I did bother them. They were laying down to go to sleep. But I think the other ones are bigger than these girls. So they're looking good, my friends. They're looking good. They don't like the box for sure. Let's see. Nice to have a couple golden lace Wyandottes. Yeah, mine are the silver. I'm interested. They're dinosaurs. Okay, I read that. Let's see. Oh yeah, your chicks are definitely bigger than mine, Mel. Mine still don't have all their feathers yet, but they love running around in the yard. Yeah, does this look like mine are feathered out? Barb, anybody? Hi, girls. What's the matter? This is the one I said looks like a miniature, like, bald eagle. Look how long her nails are. Say hello, YouTube. They're looking good, Mel. Soon they will be ready for the adventure. Ragnarok, yeah, it says 6 weeks or 8 weeks, because look at these puppies. Yeah, they're ready for the yard, says Drops. So these are actually bigger than my Wyandottes. And my one Wyandotte, silver lace Wyandotte, is trying to lay down. But say hello, everybody. Say, don't forget to come see the, what is it? The Cuteness Monday Overload. Yeah. Their feet. Funny. I'm trying to handle them more. And I usually don't touch my face. I'm trying to handle them some more because I don't want to have to be fussing with chickens if something's wrong. I want them to be okay with me picking them up. So I do the elevator thing, or I don't let them squawk around. I just go right in and grab them. Let's see. Let me see. Do you still have a heat lamp on them? I do. I kept raising it up every week, Barb. Is that okay? I hate it, but I got to bounce for a few. The rounds are early. Be back in a little bit. If you're also trying to see you, and if not, have a great night. You too, Beltloop. Wait till they bigger to put them in the general populating. Well, they are the population. I have 6 birds. This is my first time. Cindy, I agree. I think they would be fine outdoors, and it's warm here. About 3 to 4 months, so they won't get bullied. 3 to 4 months. I am not keeping chickens in the house for no 3 to 4 months, or I would have kept my original order. Heat lamp, no longer need it. They feathered. Really? Ragnarok? You don't think the girls need a heat light anymore either? Well, I didn't know that. I thought you had to keep the heat light and week by week you raise it up. But they're getting big so quick. I have 4 2-week-old chicks in the mud room and have never put a heat lamp on them. Okay. I have 2 coop cages, so okay, Drops. Yeah, so I mean, the New Hampshire Reds are getting really big. But I definitely could see that my Wyandottes, my silver lace Wyandottes grew big time. I'm just trying to get them used to me touching them a little bit more and petting them. It's all right, girls. It's okay. After they feathered, you don't need heat lamps. Okay. Well, so this week, they're 4 weeks old. So I just wasn't sure about the heat lamp, and there's starting to be stinky birds in my house, you know. I heard if the weather's nice, they can go out. And I've been putting them out about an hour or so each time, and they've been doing well. I just wasn't sure if they go out at 6 weeks or 8 weeks. No heat lamp anymore. They are big enough, as everyone else has told you already. Laugh out loud. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate it. New chicken mommy over here. So that's that. The Fluffy Bud Hut. I guess that is going to be the name of the coop. Last one in is a rotten egg. It's going to be fun going out every morning to open it up. Jimmy's niece has already sent over. I don't know how long it'll take for them to produce eggs, but I want to make sure they're on the right feed, and I don't want pellet food. So I do need some advice for that. And Laura, let me see. I didn't put my chicks in with the grown chickens. They're all chicks together. 6 total. 3 and 3. So they'll have to work things out on their own. But she says, I didn't put my chicks in with the grown chickens. They have their own yard. I don't think they need it any longer either, Mel. Yours is feathered now. Mine isn't. So it's okay. Thank you, Laura. And I don't know how to give it to you. My number, girl. I don't know. You can take the heat lamp away and see if they huddle together, and if they don't, they're fine. Well, I saw that they huddled outside, and it was pretty hot, but they were tired, is what that was, and they kind of just laid near each other underneath the ramp, and were just like in a shady spot. They found shade. In the beginning, when I was taking them to the coop, they would stay in the front. Now they're venturing out, so they are really used to the run. I mean, they're doing good that way. Once they are feathered, the heat lamp isn't necessary. You can tell by their behavior if they need it or not. Also, depending on the environmental temps. Okay, so it's warmer out, so they're ready for outside, but putting them in general population, put them in a cage so they can get used to the older chickens. I don't have any older chickens. This is my first time being a chicken mom. Drops. If your email is in your about section, I'll send you an email. That would work. Paul posted it earlier. If a moderator just wants to post my email again, feel free. For Laura. They huddled outside because there was different and they were scared. Well, I noticed like the train. I mean, you never really hear the train here, but the train must have stopped and it was loud. They flinched. They were afraid of the train. Their first time out though, they heard birds chirp and they stopped chirping and they were like looking. But I had them out for about 2 hours and they seemed like they were a little bit tired. So I quick was like, oh no, where's my birds? And I went to check on them and they were fine. They were just laying on a shadier spot of the grass because it was hot here. And I didn't want to put them out the last 2 days outside, even though they're liking it, because it was windy with a little bit of a chill in the air. If these are your first chickens, then they can go outside back. Make sure you have shade and make a pond with water so they can stick their feet in the water to help keep them cool. Ragnarok says true at Barb's Country Home. Yes, Paul, she is. Thank you, Miss Cindy Brown. Thank you, Paul. Barb's Country, yeah, they will lay in the same box. So I have the box cardboarded off so they get a little bit older. Lots of people told me, like, block it off so they don't poop in there, you know. They know that's going to be the place where they lay eggs. But anyway, everyone, it's 3 minutes after 2. I don't want Paul to come at me. You know how that goes. I got, yes, drops. Yeah, so this week is just some tips about how I do my peppers. I think one on tomatoes. I have a garden tour for this week. And cuteness on tomorrow. You'll see the chicks. You know, Monday's cuteness. So yeah, that I forget the guy or the name of the channel that actually said, well, since Bake put out her cute, we should do that every Monday. And he put out his cuteness, which was his ducks and things of that nature. So yeah, the usual videos. I am exhausted. It's been a long week, a lot of food shopping, you all know. Excited about my book. I feel like Monday I'm going to be a hurting puppy, so the chicks is about all I can put out there on YouTube for tomorrow. But love you all. Great moderators. I will tell you what. Paul, Cindy Brown, Miss Andale, and I'm super excited. The Pam was in here. How about that? So thank you everyone for coming in. Happy Father's Day. I hope everyone, had a great week, had a fabulous weekend. Be careful in the heat. Lots and lots of water. So I'm excited about my cup. Let me see what this says. Barb says, remember when they go outside, they're going to have to get used to the pitch black. So taking the lamp away now would be an idea so they get used to the dark in your home. Yeah, because you know what I noticed? Like they're all laying down. They like put themselves to bed in this brooder thing, this DIY brooder box over here. So that's kind of making sense. I should probably unplug that light tonight. What do you think? Jimmy will wake up and probably panic. Miss Andale, thank you per usual. Super excited to have received my book. I greatly appreciate every one of my subscribers for coming in and, listening to some I said to Chris earlier when I was done, what should I talk about tonight? It's just been a crazy busy week. And he's like, talk about all the food shopping you did and stuff you just had going on. So that was kind of that tonight with some gardening in between there. And yeah, what else I have to plant? So beets, carrots, and I need an idea for my vertical planter for when my greens try to go to seed. So if anybody has any suggestions, feel free to leave them down below. If you watch this back, thank you so much. I really do sincerely appreciate it. I hope everyone has a blessed weekend. Don't forget, Miss Andale goes live on Tuesday mornings. What time is that, Miss Andale? 10? Or that might be 11 my time. Go over to her channel, check it out. She's live on Tuesday morning. 30 minutes. Could you see me doing 30 minutes? That would never work for me. But it works for Miss Andale, and she's such a wonderful person. Absolutely love going to her lives. I had to miss that as well this week because I've been super duper busy. It was nice seeing Brian from Castle Hives in here. Heather, you've been so quiet. Drops. Let me see. Sent you my number in case you have questions. Text first so I know it's you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Mona from Sifting Some Soil. Barb, greatly appreciate it. That's actually really smart, Barb. It was great seeing Brian, people that I've known since the beginning of YouTube. So on that note, thank you to all the moderators. Thank you to everyone that watches the videos. Don't forget to leave a comment and hit the like button. It's been a little bit on the slower side. And you know what else too? The birds are starting to become stinky. Like now they say you get the ugly phase of the birds and then now they're at the stinky phase. So great advice, my friends. Thank you to my chicken friends. Thank you to my neighbors. And that's the new name of my coop outside. It's going to be the Fluffy Butt Hut. Thank you for the lovely sun hat and dinner on the river Saturday night. It was absolutely beautiful. My book came. I'm super excited. Don't forget the link to their channel is inside. Go over, subscribe, Time to Grow, and check them out. A lot of useful information. So Paul says, stay safe, everyone, and I'll pray you all have a great week. You as well, Paul. Have a wonderful, I really do hope you all had a wonderful Father's Day. And if you didn't, go out tomorrow and treat yourselves to something. And have a wonderful Monday and celebrate Father's Day that way. But gotta love all the fathers just as much as all the mamas, right? So let me see. Beets are heavy nitrogen feeders too. Yep. Suzanne, thank you, thank you, thank you. Barb, Shelly, and Anthony. Good night, Melody. See you again next Sunday. Thank you so much. So loyal. 11 Eastern for Miss Andel on Tuesday morning. Okay, everyone? So hopefully, Laura, make sure you go over. Yes, definitely send me an email. I'm being funny about my hands because I don't want to touch my face. You're always supposed to wash your hands after touching the birds, right? At Andel Homestead, 410 GMT. Until next we meet, be well all. Ragnarok, great videos. The Hobbits, doing a wonderful job. Have you done an updated video on your salsa garden? Because I'll have to go check it out. Good night and God bless. Hope everyone has a great week. Heather Lynn. Blue. Aw, right at the end of live. Hey, hun, XOX. Love you, Blue. Come next Sunday, 9 o'clock, getting ready to hop off. And yeah, love you all. You will have to catch the replays. Just trying to make sure. Okay, there's that link, Time to Grow, which is where I won the book. And great to see you, Drops. It's nice to have you in here this Sunday. Cosmic Cultivators. Pam, hopefully you're around tomorrow, which is my friend Join Me in the Dirt. Please, everyone, if you watch us back, go over and support my friend. Wonderful woman. And Pam, I will probably be hitting you up tomorrow. But I'm going to end this live and stop yip yapping because you know I don't do go goodbyes. This will go on for like 45 more minutes. Love you all. Watch the videos. Ring the bell. Do all that fun, good stuff. And I'm going to end it with this up. So love you all. I will catch you throughout the week. And next Sunday, 9 o'clock Eastern. Thank you to all the moderators. Love you all. Have a great, safe, blessed week.